The Trump administration corruption is unparalleled. And so I thought today we'd go through some just basic examples. They just continue day after day, Trump and his corruption. So we have recently learned that the poultry industry will no longer be as regulated. And here we have the USDA rolls back plans to limit salmonella levels in raw chicken and turkey. This was a Biden-era proposal. They will no longer require an effort to reduce food poisoning from contaminated meat. And so you think, well, is that a bad idea? I mean, why would we not want to know if our food is poisoned? Well, here we go. The largest single donation to Trump's inauguration fund came from Pilgrim's Pride, a chicken processor. They donated $5 million. The transactional nature and the abject corruption that they're not even trying to hide. That's what's so alarming, is they don't even care to try to hide it.
This is the message that I think the Democrats need to start giving over and over again. MAGA, if you trust corporations that make billions and billions of dollars more than you do the organizations that are appointed not for profit, but to make sure your food is safe, that's fine. Keep voting for MAGA. We don't want our kids getting salmonella. We want to make sure that our children are safe. If you're anti-children, if you're anti-safety, then so be it. Keep voting for Trump. Keep voting for Moses Mike Johnson. Keep voting for all the crazy. We are not for that. We support the safety of our citizens more than we do profit. And calling them out every single step of the way, because all of these MAGA people claim we love Jesus. We love kids. We love children. We adhere to the teachings of Jesus Christ. Well, when they vote, they sure don't. They vote for billionaires and big corporations to make the country less safe and to pillage off of working class Americans. That's what they vote for consistently, time and time again.
Always against their own self-interest. Okay, so the new crypto scam corruption by the Trump administration. Here we go. Donald Trump is offering VIP tours of the White House to the top 25 owners of his Trump cryptocurrency. This is about as unethical as you can get. This is Citizens for Ethics, essentially selling off access to the president and the White House. My question to you is, are you at all surprised?
No, I'm not even remotely surprised. I mean, when you vote for a convicted felon, con man who's bankrupted all of his businesses, of course he's going to get into office and enrich himself. And again, the Democratic messaging needs to go back to, if you want a corrupt man who profits off your hardworking taxpayer dollars, keep voting MAGA. Keep doing it. If he represents your faith that you preach about nonstop, if he's as Jesus-y as you can get, keep doing it. We're going to do other things. We want to protect children. We want to protect families. And we don't just say it. We talk the talk and we walk the walk. But you want to vote for a con man? He reminds you of your evangelical preacher. Swing for the fences. Nutbags.
Nutbags. And Wells Fargo had a big fine from this Securities and Exchange Commission because of some nefarious conduct. Trump's DOJ just reduced the fines against Wells Fargo execs in the $3 billion fake account scandal. The DOJ's move to reduce the fines by more than 90% followed Wells Fargo making a $1 million donation to Trump's inauguration. Again, he's using the power that he has with the SEC to stop investigations for people that support him. Here's my question. We see all of these people that supported this inauguration fund. Is Trump the recipient of the inauguration funds? Is he pocketing that? Because where are they going? They had the inauguration inside.
Well, I mean, I don't know I don't have the answer to that. I don't follow.
Would it surprise you?
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't surprise me. But I think the larger point is that they donated it to him, whether it's for his inauguration, for his quote library, for his meme coin, whatever it is. They donated to him in a pay to play. And again, how do we respond to that? How is it that he's still at a 38, 39% approval rating, which in my opinion is still too high.
Great.
We start messaging to these people. If you want corrupt bankers, look at what happened in 2007, 2008, and that horrible recession. What he's doing now is going to be a million times worse. If you want a corrupt government, continue to vote for MAGA. You don't like the Constitution, you don't like the rule of law, continue to vote for MAGA. You like to just say, oh, we care about kids, but not ever actually help kids that need medical care, continue to vote for MAGA. Continue to live a performative life where you performatively vote for evil, diabolical politicians. This is what you get. You've ruined the American brand, you've ruined our Constitution, you've ruined the White House, and you're sitting there still feasting on Fox News. These people are broken. I don't know how to help somebody who doesn't have empathy. I don't know what the answer to that is, other than to say, that's what you like. Keep pointing out what they're voting for. Continue voting for it. We're different. We care about people. We want people to have a government that keeps them safe. We want to make sure that banks are not dicking us over. Do you know how much these banks make? Hundreds of billions of dollars. And Trump, not even that smart, speaks a fifth grade speaking level, gets all of these people to vote for billionaires to be able to dick them over more. And that's what they vote for. And so Democrats have got to start messaging it. You like getting dicked over by corporations? MAGA is the party for you. You like politicians that lie to you? MAGA is the party for you. You like sex offenders in office? No problem. MAGA's cabinet, chock full of them. And they've got to start calling out. What pisses me off is when Democrats arrive at the conversation and start ceding moral positioning, because morally, MAGA is the most morally bankrupt party I've ever seen. We're about to be the most financially bankrupt party. And yet they have all of the most loud and proud Christ followers. So start calling out the Christian hypocrisy. Christians that are not this far right wing need to start calling out people within their faith. And it's not enough just to say they're not real Christians. That's a shallow argument. That's the same argument that Americans use against people like us. Well, you're not a real American. It's an American problem. And this problem with all of these hypocrites, Christian hypocrites within the Republican Party, is a Christian problem. And it needs to be dealt with, because these people, all they have to see is Trump say, yeah, I read the Bible really strongly, and I'm going to support Jesus really strongly. They're like, see, that's great.
He's a man of God.
Let's give the banks and Elon Musk complete reign of terror over all of the working class Americans. That seems really Christ-like.
Right. 95% of Christians, I think, voted for Trump. I mean, that's terrifying.
No, I think that's of evangelicals.
Oh, I'm sorry, of evangelicals.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So speaking of absolute corruption and stupid people, do you remember how Fox News went crazy because Hunter Biden sold some artwork that he prepared? Okay. Don Jr. says, hold my beer. Here we go. Okay. So Don Jr., the same people who complained about Hunter Biden's paintings are now selling $500,000 memberships for their own account into a club named the Executive Branch that openly sells access to and influence over our government leaders. Membership, $500,000. Owners, Don Jr., founding members, David Sachs, Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss.
Those are the twins. Those are the Facebook twins. Winklevoss. Those are those guys that started Facebook. You know, I mean, this is the same thing as the gold cards, $5 million right, to become an American citizen. Basically, what Trump is able to do now is originally, when he ran for office in 2016, he wanted to have a media company. He never wanted to be president. He saw how much money Rupert Murdoch made and how much power the media had. And he thought, I failed at all my other businesses, casinos, universities, Trump steak, et cetera. So I'm going to make a media conglomerate. Well, now he got a taste of, during Trump 1.0, of the access that the American federal government can bring in.
Right.
And that, a media empire is chump change compared to what the American federal government can bring in. So it makes perfect sense that a con man, his entire life has been a total grifter con man, would now start grifting off the government. And the sad thing about this is 40-something% of the American public told him by electing him, you get to commit crimes. We know your history. We know you're convicted of 34 felonies. We're good with it.
Right. We like it.
That's the message they sent him. So my message to MAGA is, you like criminals? Keep voting for criminals. You like sex offenders? Keep voting for criminals that put sex offenders in their cabinet who also is a sex offender. You like people who dick over children? Keep voting for it. You like your bank to take your money with all these hidden fees and lying and doing all of these grifting things? Keep voting for it. Keep voting for all of that shit. The rest of us don't want to live that way. We get it that you do. We get that you like corruption and toxicity. A lot of us here don't like that. And guess what? The rest of the world hates it, and they're united against us.
Right. Okay. Again, another SEC. It only cost the meme coin people $76 million to get rid of another SEC investigation. Reminder, in 2023, the SEC charged Coinbase with violating federal securities law. Coinbase gave Trump over $76 million and listed and promoted his meme coin on their platform. And Trump's SEC dismissed the lawsuit. That's not coincidence. It's corruption. So $76 million makes all your problems go away. I mean, this, to me, I know he's corrupt. I know he doesn't make any bones about it. But this is so well documented when lawsuits, and hopefully when this regime ends, we'll get some justice on this, because this is just straight up corruption 101.
I hate to be the skunk at the garden party pumps, but I mean, January 6th is pretty well documented too. People within the MAGA cult don't care about this. They don't care about corruption. They claim they're so moral. They claim they're so Christ-like. They claim they're so fiscally conservative. This is what fiscal conservatism gets you. This is the manifestation of fiscal conservatism. They've dismantled Doge. They've taken away food for the poorest people in the world. The richest men in the world have done this. And all of the MAGA base, big Christ supporters, big Trump supporters, y'all want to live with that type of dissonance? Swing for the fences. Keep voting for these assholes. This is it. Look at your 401k, look at the bonds, look at the treasuries, look at Las Vegas. Nobody's visiting there anymore. Canadians that were snowbirds selling their houses. The United States of America is the most toxic brand on the planet right now. And 40-something% of these people voted for it. They voted to dismantle our government. They need to own their votes because they empowered a criminal to do criminal things. So I'm not surprised about one bit of this. What shocks me, what continues to shock me, is that people look at him and they think, God, he's crushing it.
Right.
That's my president. That's more shocking. A singular criminal, a singular psychopath, a singular grifter, I get it. You see that all the time. The amount of people that have signed on with this guy, what a moral flaw in the fabric of this country.
Absolutely. Stick with us for more news.